Alright, this is Chad with BeGoneForGood. I took my first ride on the 2017 Honda Africa Twin DCT. This is a brand new bike for me. We've already got a name for her, which I'll get you a little bit later in the video, but I wanted to give you my first impressions of the DCT and the Honda Africa Twin overall. For a frame of reference, I came from the Honda CB500X, so that's the only bike that I've ridden prior to this. This has been the second bike in my group, and it's blown my expectations away. I read a lot of the reviews, even talked to some of the guys on the forums and stuff, wanted to see what they thought of it. DCT versus manual, if they'd come from being an experienced rider or a new rider, and what they thought might be the best option. After I'd say about half hour on this, anywhere between probably about 60 miles an hour all the way down to your 5s and 10s going through a city or through a campus. It's been incredible. I've been really happy with it. The DCT takes a little bit of getting used to. Even for a new rider, I've only been riding for about a year. It takes a little bit of getting used to, not pulling that clutch, not slamming that gear shift lever with your foot. But other than that, it feels great. It catches really well. The power on this bike, obviously being 1000cc as opposed to a 500 that I came from, is noticeably different. It is a ton of fun to ride. It is an extraordinarily nimble bike also, which I was really surprised with. With a 21-inch front wheel, I thought that would be that'd be tamped down a bit. I thought it would be kind of a difficult thing to ride, but it's been spectacular. The sound is great. Even when you start it up, right when you start it up, you're in for a treat on this ride. I have done a couple of mods to it so far. Nothing big, just quick stuff. Obviously, you see the Nomad Moscow Moto tank bag on there, just so I made sure I had someplace to put my phone and my house keys and things of that nature. I also have the Alt-Rider pillion plate on in silver. I'll do a video showing you a little bit more about that. I also plan on getting the Alt-Rider rear rack as well, just to make sure that I've got a huge space for luggage, anything that I'm going to be storing back here, because nobody's riding with me anytime soon, so I've got a lot of available space. My one suggestion would be, for anybody who's thinking about this, take a ride on the manual, take a ride on the DCT. I don't have a lot of experience, so it was pretty easy for me to make the changeover, but if you've been a manual guy for 5, 10, 15 years, the DCT might throw you off a little bit. It might be a little complicated at the start, and it might be something that you're not even really all that interested in. It does take a lot of the grunt work out of it, and almost too easy of a ride, I would say. But it is a lot of fun. My understanding is that the DCT really shines in the off-road and is not so much a big deal in the commutes, which I completely understand. I think other than maybe traffic, where you don't have to have that clutch lever pulled in, for 30, 45 minutes of your hour ride, I think that could be a big help. But other than that, the bike looks spectacular. The red, white, and blue scheme, I wasn't sold on it initially. I like the red, I like the black, I like the gray. But the red, white, and blue is really growing on me. It's got a pearlized effect to it, so in the sun, I mean, this thing just shines like you wouldn't believe, which I understand. It's not the goal of an adventure bike, but I'll tell you, if it was, this thing looks spectacular. I'm gonna get back out there, hopefully take some more rides with it, keep you updated. If you have any questions, comments, anything that you need to know about the bike, feel free to ask me. I'll get you any information that I've got. I did a lot of research on this before I picked it up. I've got a low mileage bike here, but not a brand new bike, so I can't necessarily tell you what braking periods are going to be like, first service, anything along those lines. But I will get you all the information that I can, and hopefully we'll be doing future videos from more exciting places than a college campus. All right, thanks a lot.